Students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing fantastic. So in the last video, we have almost complete half portion of your lesson, matter in our surrounding. Today we will learn the rest of the portion of your that particular lesson, matter in our surrounding. In the last video, we have learned what is matter, how matter, by what matters are made up of, then what is the size of the particles of the matter, characteristic properties of particles of matter. Then we also come to know about different states of matter, why the different states of matter exist. That is only because of intermolecular spaces in between the particles of matter. So इस सारे बातों को हम लोग कल का वीडियो में देखे थे, है कि नहीं? So today we will see from the topic that is changes of state of matter. Changes of state of matter, that is how one state of matter changes into another state. And basically two things is used to play a vital role in the change of state of matter. That is, first one is temperature, and second one is pressure. Whenever temperature is increase of a state of matter, then it is to change into some other state. Again, if temperature is decreased, then also it is to change into another state. So by increasing temperature or decreasing temperature, or by changing by, that is by increasing pressure or decreasing pressure, we can change one state of matter into another state. So if we take some examples, very common example, then it will become clear for you. If you take the example of water, so what happens when you used to give heat to water? If you heat water, then it will change into water vapor. So when you heat water, that means what you have done, हम लोग ने क्या किया, वाटर का टेम्परेचर को बढ़ा दिया है. तो बढ़ा देने की वजह से क्या हो गया, वाटर से क्या चेंज हो गया, वाटर वेपर में चेंज हो गया. Again, if you decrease the temperature, how can you decrease? If you keep a bottle of water inside the fridge, then what you will be able to see? अब लोगों को क्या देखने मिलेगा, 1-2 घंटा के बाद अगर निकालोगे, it will convert into ice. It will convert into ice. So when you keep the water bottle inside the fridge, then what we have done? We just provide a situation, provide a condition so that the temperature in the water must decrease. So when it decrease, the temperature of water decrease, then it changes into ice. So this is what solid state of matter, and this one is liquid state of matter, and this one is gaseous state of matter. Water is such a substance which can be found in 3 states of matter. So like this, by increasing the temperature and decreasing the temperature, we can change one state of matter into another state. Is it clear? Now let's see how pressure effect, or how pressure causes the change of state of matter from one to another. If you take the example of carbon dioxide, which is a gaseous state of matter. Carbon dioxide means which we expel during the process of breathing, and which is a excretory product of our body. You will come to know that one in class 10 standard in the lesson life process. मैं वो भी आप लोगों को पढ़ाऊंगा, टेंशन मत लो. So it is a gaseous state of matter. So what happens when pressure is increased? What is increased? Pressure is increased. Then what happens? It changes into solid state and put into a cylinder. You have seen pressure is increased. You have seen in the shopping mall, in the hospital, in the port, in the schools, there is carbon cylinder. So it is a gaseous system of matter, but it has been solidified and kept inside a cylinder by increasing the pressure. So this is how, by increasing the temperature or decreasing the temperature, or simply you can say by changing the temperature or pressure, one state of matter can be changed into another state. Simply you have to say by changing the temperature or by changing what? Pressure, one state of matter can be changed into another state. Now let's see some of the scales of measuring temperature. Okay. There are three scales of measuring temperature. First one is Kelvin scale. Kelvin scale. Second one is Celsius scale. Celsius scale. And third one is Fahrenheit scale. Fahrenheit scale. These are the different scales of measuring temperature. And the best scale to measure temperature is the Kelvin scale. But in your textbook some numerical are given related to Kelvin scale and Celsius scale. Now let's see how can you solve the numerical problem. When it will be given in the Kelvin scale, then you have to take that one or convert that one into the Celsius scale. Again, if it will give in the Celsius scale, then you have to convert that one into the Kelvin scale. So if the temperature is given in Celsius scale, then how can you convert that one in the Kelvin scale? That is temperature in Kelvin scale equal to temperature in Kelvin scale equal to टेम्परेचर इन केल्विन स्केल इक्वल टू टेम्परेचर आप लोगों को केल्विन स्केल में लेना है तो आप लोगों को क्या करेगा टेम्परेचर इन सेल्सियस स्केल में दिया हुआ होगा है कि नहीं. सो देन व्हाट यू विल डू you have to write the temperature in Celsius scale plus 373. You have to add 373 along with the Celsius scale, then it will convert into what Kelvin scale. If some temperature will be given in Celsius scale and you have to convert that into Kelvin scale, then what you will do? You will write the temperature given in Celsius scale, and along with that one you have to add 373, then it will convert into temperature on Kelvin scale. Now let's see one numerical problem. Okay, let's see one numerical. Sorry, this was not 373, this is 273. Now let's see a numerical problem. Suppose it is given to convert 25 degree Celsius into Kelvin scale. Then what you will do? How can you solve? Simple. This is very simple. Yes or no? So temperature in Kelvin scale equal to which one? The temperature that is given in Celsius scale is how much? 25 degree Celsius. That is 25 plus 273 K. So it will become how much? 3 plus 5 8, then 7 plus 2 9, 298 Kelvin. So this is how we can convert the temperature on Celsius scale into Kelvin scale. Simply you have to add 273. Keep in mind how much you have to add? 273 along with the temperature that is given in the Celsius scale. Now let's say again, if the temperature is given in the Kelvin scale, then how can you convert that one into the Celsius scale? So temperature on Celsius scale equal to temperature Celsius scale equal to, then something will be given in Kelvin, yes or no? Temperature on Celsius scale, we have to convert when something will be, suppose this one is given, let me write on problem 100 or 425 degree, what? Sorry, to 425 Kelvin. It is given in 425 Kelvin, and this one you have to convert into Celsius scale. So what you have to do? Temperature in Kelvin scale minus 273. Yes, from the Kelvin scale you have to subtract how much? 273. So if you solve this problem over here, then how much you will get? How much temperature in given Kelvin scale? That is 425. So if you minus 273, then how much you will get? 5. If you subtract 3 from 5, then you will get 2. Then here 2. So from 12 if you subtract 7, then that will be 5. Then from 3 if you subtract 1, then it will be how much? 152 degrees Celsius. How much degrees Celsius? 152 degrees Celsius. Like this way you can convert any temperature which is given in Kelvin scale into Celsius scale. Again, if it is given in the Celsius scale, then you can easily convert that one into the Kelvin scale. And some of the problem are given in your textbook also. And beside those problem also, the teacher may ask by making some other question also to convert, to see whether you will be having that knowledge or not, how to convert one temperature from one scale into another scale. Now let's see some of the process or some of the phenomena through which one state of matter changes into another state. And all these things already from the previous class itself you know. Instead of that also, in class 9 standard you have to read all this process very carefully, because it's very important. Sometimes whatever in the exam definition is to come, question came to write down the definition. Now let's see what are the different important definition from this lesson that are required for you to go through. As I told you, it's very important to see some of the definition. ये सारे definition आप लोग ने देखा होगा, आप लोग पढ़ा होगा लोअर क्लास में, फिर भी आप लोग को अभी भी पढ़ना है और अच्छा से पढ़ना है, क्योंकि एग्जाम में ये चीजें पूछा जाता है. First of all is evaporation, because these are the some of the phenomena, these are the some of the process that also help to change one state of matter into another state, and that's why only it is important to know. Otherwise, what is the importance to go through all this type of definition? Yes or no? So be careful. First one is what? Evaporation. Evaporation is the process of changing of water into water vapor on heating. जब आप कोई भी लिक्विड को हीट करो, कोई भी लिक्विड मीन्स हियर if you heat water, then what will happen? The water will change into vapor, that is into gaseous state, and that particular process we called as what? Evaporation. उसी को हम लोग क्या बुलाते हैं? Evaporation करके बुलाते हैं. कब evaporate होता है? When the temperature is increased. But besides that also there are some factors that is to affect or that is to play important role in the process of evaporation, and that are vital factors or that is to play very important role or that determine the process of evaporation. That is surface area, then humidity, then wind speed. So these are the some of the factors. क्या क्या फैक्टर है? सरफेस एरिया, यहाँ पर थोड़ा गलती है इसमें. सरफेस एरिया, अगर आप एक बोतल में पानी रखेंगे, if you keep water in a bottle and if you open the lid of the bottle, on the other hand if you keep water in a bowl, so from which one will the evaporation will occur more? Definitely you can carry out this activity by yourself, because there is G1, the evaporation will occur more from the bowl in which you have kept the water, because it's a more surface area. On the other hand, humidity also will play important role in the process of evaporation. Humidity means the amount of water vapor present in the air. The amount of water vapor present in the air. एयर में जो वाटर वेपर रहता है, जो अमाउंट रहता है, उसी को हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? ह्यूमिडिटी. सो इफ देयर इज more humidity, then what will happen? There will be less evaporation. Again, if there is less humidity in the air, then what will happen? Their evaporation will be more. Again, wind speed. If the wind speed is very high, there will be more evaporation. If you keep a wet cloth under the fan, it will dry faster. Then in a particular room where there is no fan, comparatively the wet cloth that has been spread under the fan, that will dry faster because there is high wind speed. So wind speed also play very important role in the process of evaporation. So these are the factors that determine what the process of evaporation. Next is sublimation. What is sublimation? The process of changing the solid state of matter directly into gaseous state of matter. जब कोई भी solid state of matter directly क्या पे चेंज हो जाएगा, liquid state, sorry, क्या state of change में चेंज हो जाएगा, gaseous state of matter without changing into liquid state. As for example, naphthalene. Naphthalene एक इसे matter है, naphthalene. Okay, naphthalene, then camphor, which are found in solid state of matter, but when they used to get heated, then what happen? When they are exposed to air, then they directly change into gaseous state of matter without changing into liquid, and that particular process is called sublimation. What it is? Sublimation. Next you see condensation. Condensation is the process of changing water vapor into the process of changing water vapor into water on cooling. That means when the temperature will decrease, then what will happen? The water vapor will change into, that is when temperature will decrease, then water vapor will change into water, and that particular whole process we called as condensation. उसी को हम लोग क्या बुलाते हैं? Condensation. Then fission. There are some substance that change directly from gaseous state into the solid state of matter without changing into liquid state. Directly from gaseous state into the solid state of matter without changing into liquid, and that particular process is called as fusion. Then boiling point, the temperature at which water is used to get boiled, that is called the boiling point. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. At 100 degree the water is to start boiling, and that particular temperature we called as any kind of liquid. At what temperature it is start boiling, we term that one as boiling point. Melting point, when a particular type of solid start melting at particular temperature, that means at what temperature a particular solid start melting to change into liquid, that temperature we call as what? Melting point. Then another term very important, this is latent heat. Latent means what? Hidden. It is a Latin term. Latent means hidden. This is something when it is hidden. Suppose if I give you one example, if you take ice in a beaker, and if you apply heat to that beaker, then you will be able to see at a particular temperature the ice will start melting to change into liquid. So when it will start melting, before starting melting, if you measure the temperature, you record the temperature, what you will get, and when it start melting, when all the ice has been not melted, जब सारा आइस मेल्ट नहीं हुआ होगा तब भी मेजर करना है, और जब आइस लिया हुआ है उसका सब भी मेजर करना है. Then you will find one thing very interestingly, there will be no change of temperature. The temperature will remain as it is. Now question is that why we are applying heat instead of that also the temperature is not increasing, although it is getting started melting. What happened? So that is what that is latent heat. That means heat energy is applied. Heat energy is applied, but that heat has been used by the ice. That heat has been used by the ice, the particles of the ice, to break down the intermolecular force of attraction. Because when water is cool, when the temperature is decreased, it changes into ice. That means the particles become very close to each other. There is a force of attraction. That's why it comes in the form of solid state of matter. So again, when heat is applied, that force of attraction should be broken down. The force of attraction should be broken down, and that heat is used by the particles of matter to broken down the force of attraction between the particle. That's why only the temperature remains same when you have taken the ice cube in a beaker and you record the temperature. Okay, it is 0 degrees Celsius. When it start boiling, then also it is 0 degrees Celsius, because that heat energy is used by the particles of the ice to broken down the internal molecular force of attraction. And that heat is termed as what? Latent heat, which is not visible. Latent heat. Okay. Now latent heat of fusion. Another thing you should know. Latent heat of what? Fusion. Latent heat of fusion. Latent heat of fusion means the amount of heat that is required to melt. The amount of heat that is required to melt 1 kg of solid into a liquid at its boiling point. At its what? Boiling point into what? The amount of heat energy that is required to change 1 kg of solid into liquid, 1 kg of solid into liquid at its melting point at atmospheric pressure, and that amount of heat we term as latent heat of fusion. क्या बोला मैंने बच्चों? कंफ्यूज मत होना. The amount of heat that is required to change 1 kg of solid into liquid at its what point? Melting point at atmospheric pressure, and that amount of heat is termed as latent heat of fusion. Then there is another thing in your given in your textbook. आप लोगों का textbook में और एक चीज दिया है. When you used to find out one bottle of water from the fridge, and if you keep that on the table, then you will be able to see within 5 minutes there is a lot of water droplets surrounding the water bottle. So from where does that water droplets come and attach to the water bottle? The water come out from the bottle. What do you think? Is it like that? Definitely no. Definitely what? Definitely no. The water that is to attach, that water droplet that is attached with the water bottle, that come from the surrounding, from the environment, because the water bottle is very cold. And when water vapor attached with the cold water bottle, then they change into water droplets by the process of what? Condensation. And that's why only we see that there is a lot of water droplets when we keep certain thing which is very cold outside. Then there is a lot of water droplets. As for example, when we used to keep one water bottle from our face outside, we are able to see a lots of water droplets on its surface. That is, the water vapor from the surrounding come in contact with the bottle, and by the process of condensation they change into water, and that's why only there is water droplets on the surface of water bottle. So this is all about this lesson, students. So if you have any doubts, any confusion, then I hope you will comment me, and definitely I'll try my level best to clear your doubts and queries. Okay, don't feel any hesitation. Please try to comment what are the different difficulties you are getting. If you get any kind of difficulties, if you get any kind of confusion, then please comment and let me know what are the difficulties you are getting. I'll rectify that one, as well as I'll try my level best to clear your doubts. So today it's time to say bye bye till the next video, and in the next video I will start on new lessons. Thank you, student. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay fit. Thank you.